Let me say a few words on the hotly discussed acronym JEEP. And I know it has been discussed even up to yesterday in Parliament, and we saw what happened there. The government of Jamaica is acutely aware of the urgent need to create jobs in the economy and has been actively laying the foundation to do so despite the recession. It must be remembered, before jobs are created, the government needs to attract investment, both local and overseas. As such, we have to create the right macroeconomic environment to do so, and we have been seeing many positive developments in this area so far, including and not limited to reducing interest rates to historic levels, stabilizing the exchange rate with the current band for the longest period in over a decade, stabilizing inflation numbers, and restructuring our debt through the debt exchange, which has been lauded internationally. The government has been able to achieve this in the context, as is known, of the worst global recession in modern history and the legacy of the PNP administration over the 18 years, which we all know left us in tatters. The leader of our opposition has announced a Jamaica Emergency Employment Program, or JEEP. However, no details have been forthcoming on this program. You will recall, less than 24 hours after JEEP was unveiled to the public, PNP Chairman Robert Pickersgill, in a radio interview, after being embarrassed because of his fumbling and stumbling, as his interviewers sought to get answers to their questions about JEEP, he then said, and I quote, "JEEP was Portia's baby, and she would flesh out all the details and answer all the questions." Well, we are still waiting on that. In Parliament yesterday, Portia Simpson-Miller and the opposition was provided an ideal opportunity to accept the debate on JEEP. But they ran from the issue, as they have been doing. As I said yesterday, when asked about the opposition's dodgy stance in Parliament, it was downright pathetic and clearly showed that the JEEP has no engine. They are making a mockery of Parliament to say that they cannot discuss a matter that was raised on the political platform. You would recall that when the progressive agenda was announced, I called for a debate, and I reiterate that call for a national debate on this and other important matters. When I made the call a few weeks ago, I didn't see it take much traction. I think it barely got mentioned in the media. I'm calling again on the media, the National Debates Commission. This is the prime example of why we need these debates. And we must have these debates outside of the election season. The world, Jamaica, is in a very serious predicament. And it is only right and just that we get these debates so that the persons who are going to make decisions in terms of who governs this country going forward can be well informed and exposed to not only the policies but also the programs and the plans by the respective political parties. The reality of the Jamaican economic situation is that we have to seriously begin the process of balancing our national budget. No longer are we going to be able to continue to borrow or inflate our way out of our problems. This is not a time to run with it. The US and Europe, like Jamaica and most other countries of the post-recession world, has to adopt tight fiscal responsibility measures. Fanciful dreams and acronyms have no basis in today's reality. The government again has called for a debate in JEEP to begin next week in Parliament, which the opposition is trying to derail at all cost, including saying last night that we would be debating alone. Once again, as they indicated, they will not participate in this debate. It is therefore showing that there is no substance to this proposal. It is further felt strongly that the reason why there can be no details or substance to this is because the PNP is protecting their leader from facing the questions and having to speak to the issue, this and others. And I'm saying that you can run, but you cannot hide, because at some point it is going to come to the fore that we need to have not partisan political debate, but debate on the real issues in terms of how and what can be done to sustain the growth that is planned for this country, and the signs are already there. So I say to the media and to everybody, let these debates begin now. The sooner, the better. And then we will see and get an opportunity to explore who it is that has the policies and the programs, and who it is that can take this country where we need to go. And I'm confident that it will show clearly that we have the better personnel, we have the better policies, and that we are the best people to run this country at this time.